Well, hi everybody. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys. And so this is the fourth video in a series of tutorials on slide guitar licks and the tuning of open E. And for this tutorial today, we're going to use my trusty old SG. Sadly, since the last group of tutorials I made in this series, the two guitars that were featured, the Telecaster and the yellow Les Paul, have been stolen. Sad times here in the Beard Bunker. However, it's not the end of the world. I'll miss those guitars. They're great sounding guitars, but got the trusty old SG. So stay tuned. We'll learn this lick in open E and then we'll tear it down and get right to it. So, to begin this lesson, I'll start with the actual riff that we're going to play today. It's a fairly short riff. It's going to concentrate more on plucking string combinations with the right hand, and also a little bit of vibrato technique with the left hand. But it's a simple lick. We'll go through it and then we'll take it apart piece by piece. So here it is, and I'll play it fairly slow. Okay, so a fairly simple lick. At the end of this, we will do, as always, the jam tracks, and then I will include the audio of the jam tracks so that you can play what we learned. So stay tuned. So for the first part of this, what we're going to do is we're going to split the riff into two separate sections. So we'll work on the first section first, obviously. So we'll do it very slow. And we're going to start with just opening, plucking only the fourth string and the fifth string with the second finger and the first finger respectively. So it will look like this. Okay, so, and the slide itself is going to begin on the third fret. And basically we're only plucking again the fourth and fifth strings. Okay, so let's take it apart first. Okay, so that's the riff. So let's go nice and slow now. So, and you'll notice the riff is just off time from the one. And you'll notice this when we actually do the jam track. You'll understand more what I'm talking about. But here we go. That's the first part, so just gently pluck the fourth and fifth string with your second and first finger and slide up on the third fret and then let those strings be open, like this. One more. Then we immediately follow that with plucking the bottom E string. And that's what I call the drone string on this, kind of a drone string. We're not droning it all the time, but it's going to be the root note. So, and then we go all the way up to the fifth fret, and we're going to pluck with our middle finger, second finger on the second string, and the first finger on the third string. So, okay, so one more, and then one more. Then for the second part of the riff, we repeat the same first pattern, right? So the same thing. But now we take the slide finger down to the third fret, plucking the second string and the first string, excuse me, the second string and the third string combination again. So, okay. Okay, so let's play the whole riff together. Okay, so you'll notice too that I'm still dampening the strings I'm not using with my thumb and with my third finger on the high string. So, and I'm doing a little bit of palm muting here down on the bridge, but so you're only hearing the actual strings that I'm selecting and have chosen to be heard. Okay, so we'll move on to part two. Stay tuned. Now, for the second part of the riff, it's just a little bit trickier. Not too tricky, but just a little bit trickier. And once again, we begin with the same pattern. Okay, like we did in the first part of this. Then we're going to go all the way up to the 12th fret. And again, just plucking the second and the third string together with the second finger and first finger respectively. So now we're just up to the octave there. Okay, one more time slowly. Just a little bit of vibrato. And then we go right back, and for the final time, so we repeat that actual part 4 times, as you'll notice now. That's sort of the anchor of the riff. Now for the 4th one, here's where it gets just a bit tricky. And then we immediately go up to the 2nd string, 10th fret, with our second finger. So we're going to pluck that note, slide it down to the 9th fret, and then end it on the 8th fret, 3rd string with your first finger. And that's where the spider technique comes in, right here. So you'll notice that I've kept my thumb down on the bottom strings to mute all that, all the unwanted notes that we would normally have there. So that's it. Okay, so that's purely a technique thing. It's fairly simple. Just a second finger, 10th fret, 2nd string. Pluck it again at the 9th fret. End it with the first string. End it with the first finger, 3rd string, 8th fret. Don't forget to mute behind the bar to keep it clean. Okay. Okay, let's just review the entire lick now. That's the whole lick. Now, it's going to be a little bit faster when we do the jam track, but you practice it a bit. Once you get it up to speed, it should flow pretty easily. All right, the jam track's coming right up. Okay, here we are with the jam track, a little speedier this time. We'll see you on the other side. Well, as always, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. We've got lots to come over the winter time here. I would like to point out that today's episode is proudly sponsored by the Fishin' Musician. And when I say sponsored, the Fishin' Musician is a great guitar shop down in Waterford, Ontario. A very good friend of mine. He's got guitars that people actually want to play. And he was generous enough to give me a hat. So shout out to Guy Westbrook at the Fishin' Musician in Waterford, Ontario. And stay tuned. We got lots more lessons to come here. And if you really are enjoying these, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Dan Walsh. In the meantime, I'll see you soon. Take care.